Hey, folks, before I go into next week's work, this coming week's work, I wanted to talk to you just a little bit about some things that you posted last week because what I saw relates to what you're going to do this coming week. In fact, it double dolly relates. I don't know why I chose to do that just then. I'm not even sure what double dolly relates means, except that I have two dolly finger puppets, and I like to say double dolly relates. The other thing is, I may have done my double dolly trick with this with you all before, and I'm sorry if I'm just repeating my own stupid jokes. There's something about teaching online that's just very disconcerting. Because if you were in class with me right now and I was just being silly and you all rolled your eyes or said you already did that joke, stupid, then I would be able to deal with it. But right now, I have like no idea how people are responding, or even if people are even watching. You could be just doing something completely different. You could be, taking your dog for a walk and letting your computer run and pretending like you'd watch this. There's there's something about the discontinuity of space and time that is very unnatural. At the end of the semester, we're going to have a chance to do another video conference that, like we did at the beginning of the semester, with each person, and I'm going to be interested to talk to you about your experience being in this class and the extent to which you felt connected to one another and to me, and I can talk about what it's like to be on my end, trying to keep some life and some humor and everything, but the strangeness of just staring at a camera with my finger puppets. Anyway, here's what I was going to talk about. In the posts about the audio slideshows, Amy put up this one that's called Lillian's Story. I'm just going to play just a tiny bit of it because I want you to look at how the images are done in particular. Okay, that you notice that there are stills here, and there's no zooming in or out, no movement.
Back into the seat, and you go on up.
There are dissolves between them, right?
It's a very
Transitions.
special feeling.
So and then that was a fade to black, and then up comes the text on white. So you can look at some of the techniques that people use to create the aesthetics, right? The fade of the text and the text coming back and new text coming in underneath, and then the fading in of the photographs. But the photographs themselves are just totally still. They're not done with any of what's called a Ken Burns effect. Then if we look at this one, which was posted by Jamaica, I want you to just look at this is about Mount St. Helens.
May 18th,
Okay, look at the fact that there's a slow zoom on these. Very slow zoom on these images right here. This one's just a little bit of a zoom out. It gives it just a tiny bit of movement, okay? And you see these coming up layered, so it's a much more energetically edited piece. When you have an image that moves,
Dizzy Gillespie called his wife from Spokane and said, "I was canceled by a vote."
okay, that's both zooming in and it's moving just a little bit. It's changing its point of focus. That tells us a little bit about what to feel. It amplifies the emotion, and it may also, if you actually center it, say on when it went into his eyes, it would create that sense of connection to that part of the photograph. So you have to make a decision this week about the extent to which you're going to make your images move, whether it's going to be cuts or dissolves. And if you need help with any of that, please let me know. My tutorial should do what you need in general, but you may have some questions. And actually, this is a good point to point something out to you. So let me come back here to the actual assignment week. Here we are. This is week 11. This is the one we just did. And then here's week 12. So the sound slide is due Sunday, but I am leaving on Thursday morning to go to the Documentary Film Festival in Durham. Actually, I'll be at the Full Frame Documentary Film Festival from Thursday morning through Sunday evening. So because I'll be fairly busy at the festival, meeting with various filmmakers and watching films, I'll be checking my email, but I won't be able to do a huge amount of help if you have technical problems. Therefore, if you run into problems, please don't freak out. I'll be back on Sunday evening. I can help you on Sunday evening or on Monday, and I won't count things late this week. If you need a little bit, if there are technical issues, just let me know. And if it's just a quick thing, I might be able to send you a quick thing from my computer there. But that's just an awareness that I may be a little bit less available Thursday through Sunday afternoon anyway. All right, so that's due this week, and then you'll notice we have another week where you're doing planning the next week. So it's a planning document for your video interview. So if you did run over a little on this week, if you were still fussing with something, you're a little bit lighter on the week that follows this one. So you could take that time. Anyway, hopefully everybody will get it done on Sunday without trouble, so you don't start to feel behind. The other thing that's due this week is what I'm calling a flowering of creativity. And we're about 3/4 of the way through the semester, and I want you to take a look at one another's work. And so here's what I'm asking you to write an email to 4 other people in the class, okay? It's the 4 that follow you alphabetically by last name. So here's the class list. If you go here to the class list, you're going to look at the 4 that follow you. So if you're Jamaica, you're going to look at Kay, Miller, Laura. Whoa, there's an arrow there for the person who left. Aaron, okay? If you get to the end, for instance, if you're Amy, you go Amy, Dave, Maria is number 2, and then Jamaica and Kay. That way. We're moving across, not down, okay? Just like you would read, and then if you get to the end, you go to the beginning. So you're going to send an email to those people about what you liked in their work, okay? Copy me in that email. So here's my email address, and that's how I'll give you credit for this, by copying me. And then I want you to submit a post where you here, and this isn't, you don't have to do this, but I'd love it if you would, about something you find really cool in someone else's work. It doesn't have to be all 4 people, but you want to direct our attention, and then you can put a link to it. So remember, when you do these discussion topics, if you add a discussion topic, and if I say, I really liked Dave Warlick Rocks, okay? And you should check out, everyone should ignore my phone ringing. Everyone should check out Dave's, and then whatever it was, I'm just putting blah, blah, blah there. Okay. And then if I were to just get something, a page of Dave's that we really love. So we say, gosh, I really think that Dave's photo as object was really cool, and there was something about it. You can just grab that URL, copy it, and then come back here, highlight it, link, and paste, and then that will be a link for everybody, so they don't have to copy and paste it. It's just kind of a nice way to do it. Not everybody's been doing that when you've been linking stuff. So I'm gonna cancel that because I did like that, Dave. I liked it, but I typed blah 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 instead of exactly what it was. So the point being that I want you to not only share privately with the 4 people that follow you, but also to ideally post something here that you find, or some things. You could put several things up here that you thought, hey, everybody should check this out. I found it was really interesting. All right, that's the work for this week. I don't want to take too much more of your time right now. I might think of something else, but I'm looking forward to seeing what y'all come up with your audio slideshows. And I've given everybody feedback already about your script, so you should be ready to go with that. If you get started early this week and you come up with problems, I'll be happy to meet with you online. And later in the week, I can be in contact through email, and I will be back on Sunday evening and could help you then too. All right, take care, everyone.